And welcome to video 2 of our matchups video for Master League with this particular team. Just going in with some more games and we can discuss the matchups as we go. So Ho-Ho and Zarude lead, pretty awesome here. They swap straight into Excadrill. Now a team doesn't perform well against Excadrill, but the Ho-Ho definitely does. So what we can do here is we can commit 2 shields and go for a full farm down, and we can grab one back with the Earthquake here. So we'll throw the Earthquake and we'll leave with a ton of energy here. So although we might be down a shield, we'll be able to get that shield straight back with either Earthquake or a Brave Bird, or bank it for later. But in this case we've decided we'll shield once, so that's probably the best play. That way we don't have to go down 2 shields early when there could be a Dialga or something in the back. So what do they bring in next? Oh, it's Metagross. So we're definitely going to get the last shield here, which is perfect. And rather than get farmed down, I imagine we'll probably go into the Zekrom. Gone into Zekrom here, they're not swapping, so probably indicates there's something weak in the back, maybe Kyogre. Earthquake coming through, shield that, we'll be able to get to the wild charge. Oh, it's the Zarude, yeah, so we can just build up a bit of extra energy here and throw here and then farm down. We can definitely take a Dark Pulse. And yeah, from here all we need to do is just build up, farm down and build up enough energy, and we should be able to outpace to the next move. And Dialga not used in this game. Wild Charge will KO from here. So yeah, very easy team for that line, being very weak to Ho-Ho. Next game, Togekiss lead. So they've swapped straight out there, and they've gone into Giratina altered. Now, a bit tricky. But again, as we've emphasised in previous videos, we don't need to worry about switch so much all the time. So although going into Dialga might have been a smarter play here, because we're definitely going to lose this matchup, but they'll definitely be forced to shield here though. So although we lose switch, we're going to have shield advantage, which is probably more important than switch in most situations. So what we can do now is we can come in with the Dialga and farm down. We might have to take 1 or 2 Dragon Claws, but they're not too bad. Alright, so we take 1 there and probably have to take 1 more. So we'll have a bit of energy on the Dialga, we'll have shield advantage, and they'll have the Togekiss coming back in, and they've decided not to get farmed down there. Not a bad play because they're worried about double Iron Head, but it puts us in a perfect position here where we can double Brave Bird. So we'll throw here 1 short of the double, and they've let it go. So we'll have to wait and see what they've got in the back, and it's Garchomp. This is not good. So what we're going to do here to not debuff ourselves too much is throw the Earthquake. I imagine they're probably going to throw on us or farm us down here, and we get farmed down. Not good. But we do have 2 shields. I imagine the Garchomp's running Sand Tomb, so it's just a matter of can we get to a move and KO this Garchomp before it kills our Dialga. And they've swapped there to catch a move way off, and they've given us all we need to do to win. So the opposition should have won there. I think looking back on that, we definitely would go the Dialga into the Giratina altered and probably just go for the full farm down would be the play. Alright, into the next game. Alright, next game we've got Dialga lead. So, they swapped straight out again, which is perfect for us. So opted to stay in here and throw the Brave Bird. But we're probably going to CMP on the Shadow Ball, which isn't good. So we're better off just swapping straight out into the Dialga. So now we'll have to shield, which is unfortunate. So definitely the play is to maybe build up a little bit of energy and then swap into the Dialga. Alright, so shield there, and then we'll farm down with Zekrom. So we've got some energy here, and we need to try and get that shield back. Now, they've brought in Groudon, which is perfect here because Dialga definitely doesn't want to see that. Alright, first move coming through is Outrage, and they've let that go. That's perfect for us. And with the Groudon almost gone, that's one of our biggest threats to this team gone. So we're just going to let that go. We can't afford to go down another shield there. And now it's Dialga on Dialga. So in this situation, we can basically build up to the Draco and throw the Iron Head. Move coming through here. This is just an Iron Head from them. So, but we're going to shield here because what we'll be able to do here is throw on them, and we'll be able to get them super low. Now if we swap now, they can only get to an Iron Head. So we're going to swap now, and we can take an Iron Head on the Dialga, so on the Ho-Oh, so we'll do that. It's coming through now, and that should mean that we can... Oh, that's a Draco. I'll take that, and then, yeah, farm down after that. Alright, next matchup's against OxfordU, pretty good YouTuber. Okay, so Reshiram lead here. This is pretty interesting. Obviously he's resisting the fire damage, but Brave Bird's going to do a fair chunk to him here. So we're going to do our usual chip and dip, and it's basically KO'd him. Now, he's got a fair bit of energy here. This could be an overheat, so we've got a shield. There's no point in losing our Dialga outright, so we'll shield there. It's the only move he's going to get to, and he's got a Zacian, which makes a lot of sense because everyone's running them. So what we do with Zacian is wait for them to throw the close combat, and then we throw the Iron Head. If we throw the Iron Head first, it doesn't actually KO the Zacian, so it's important to wait. And they're going to get a bit of a farm here, which isn't amazing. So what we're hoping now is that they're not running Wild Charge as well as close combat, but they are debuffed. But at this stage, we basically just farm them down. We can't really afford to do anything much more than that. So throws the play rough there, so we know now that he doesn't have the move, and we can take another play rough. So we'll do that. We've now got a move, so we'll swap now to risk the risk not getting sniped, which is what he was trying to do. And I think he's got a Metagross in the back from memory here. So yeah, this is GG's. All we need to do is remove the shield, and we're done. So I'm going to throw a little bit earlier here. Probably don't need to be doing that. Can definitely, at the very least, build up a little bit more. But I think the play here was keeping the shield for the Ho-Oh. So at this stage, he's going to throw Meteor Mash, which is what he has to do, and then try and farm down. But we're going to get to the move here. It was his only play, unfortunately. And Wild Charge comes through. He's dead, and the Zacian in the back would have died to the move the Ho-Oh had. So he didn't want to take the smoke there, old Oxford. Okay, next game, thanks to Brody for supplying these games. Palkia lead, horrible. Straight into Dialga is the way, and then brought Metagross in. And Metagross is a funny one. It's a pretty awkward. It is a counter to Dialga, but it's pretty awkward. So all you do is build up to the Draco, and then see what they want to do. They're throwing the Earthquake here. You just obviously let it go. Now, they've thrown Meteor Mash, so they're looking for kind of an aggressive farm here, but they might be in a bit of trouble. If you can get to the Draco, no, they've chickened out. Now, the thing about Metagross is Ho-Oh is just a massive counter to it. Earthquake resisted, Fast Move resisted, and Meteor Mash resisted, so all you need to do here is farm down. They've already lost a shield, so this is just perfectly ideal. Palkia doesn't die to one Brave Bird, but it's pretty close. So it comes in now, throw the Brave Bird and switch, and yeah, it's pretty much GG's from here if there's anything in the back that's not a Dialga. So, and it's Ho-Oh in the back, so perfect situation here. All you need to do is build up to double Wild Charge and throw. We'll have to shield once, but that's it. So Brave Bird coming through, debuff now, and double Wild Charge coming through on that nice shiny looking Zekrom. So bang bang, perfectly well played there. Good energy management, but yeah, unfortunately any team with Metagross in it, Ho is just going to absolutely disintegrate with that energy advantage. Alright, into the next game here. Giratina altered lead. Tricky, but as we've discussed in previous videos, anything that can only do chip damage, like a Dragon Claw for instance, with Brave Bird and Dip. Now, Rhodes has thrown the move here, but they haven't thrown their Dragon Claw. So I don't know if they planned that, but yeah, they've basically thrown after he's thrown his move. So it's important in that first matchup to take the Dragon Claw before you throw the Brave Bird. Otherwise, you're going to take too much damage. Alright, so we then swap into Dialga here, and they're staying in pretty promising. Well, they stayed in for a little while anyway, trying to get some chip damage. And Bros is going straight for the Draco here. I probably wouldn't go for the Draco. I think the Iron Head to get some damage off, and they're likely to shield anyway, just because you need to get it in farm down range for the Ho-Oh, but he's got the shield, so that's not so bad. Now, in this situation here, he's thrown the Thunder, which is perfect, so he'll only be able to get to an Iron Head now. So Broads is going for the full farm down, and he's thrown the Iron Head here. which is really good. He's just going to make sure he doesn't get sniped, and he's anticipating that, banking the move going into Zekrom, which is a really smart situation to be in. Now let's see what they've got in the back. Ho-Ho's got a move, shields are down, and Togekiss comes in. So this is going to be a goodbye Togekiss. Beautiful swap by them, but doesn't actually matter because we've got the Brave Bird loaded in the back. Provided this thing doesn't... yeah, he's going to have to get to double Brave Bird now, I think. Really good swap from the opponent there. So he's throwing the Earthquake straight away, and I still think he'll be able to get to a Brave Bird to get rid of that Togekiss. It's going to be really tight, but I think he gets there. Yeah, he does. He's even thrown an extra one just for the memes, and Brave Bird coming through, so well played. Once again, that power of getting extra energy on the Ho-Oh just working wonders. Alright, next game, Togekiss lead. Really good. It can be a little bit awkward, but they generally swap out. Alright, and they go into Snorlax, which is also slightly awkward for this team. Given that it's probably running Superpower or Earthquake. Now they're thrown early there, which is really handy. Obviously don't have to shield the first one, but now that they've done that, they may not even get to a second one. No, they do. But as we've discussed with this team, it's more about energy advantage and shield advantage than it is about switch. So Brody's done a good job and not shielded there. Doesn't need to. Can come in and get an Incinerate on the Ho-Oh, which is really good. Now Giratina comes in. His switch clock is up now. He's probably built up to more energy than he really needed to there. Should have probably just Brave Bird and dip, but it's not going to matter too much because he's at 100 energy now. He can just flip this one and he'll get to his next move quicker. He's decided to stay in though. Mainly because of the Togekiss situation in the back. So this is really clever play. Has to get shields down before he can swap, and now that shields are down, he can throw the Wild Charge. So perfectly played by Brody. And also debuffing yourself, you don't have to panic when you debuff. Fast move's only going to do a little bit more damage, and if you've got shields, use them to your advantage. So he's actually forced the opponent to throw here. And this works out perfectly. He's got a shield, he'll just shield once and then he'll Brave Bird. So yeah, perfectly played there. So did lose switch, didn't panic because he had some energy advantage, and Ho-Oh's just handy against pretty much anything it comes up against. So yeah, very well played. Throws the Brave Bird, bang, done. Alright, next game here is Lugia. Don't see too many Lugias in the lead. But it does take a while to get to its charge moves, so not sure what Brodes is doing here. That's too much energy. You kind of want to get the Brave Bird off and dip. He's got some extra here. He's probably going to CMP himself, and he has. So you either, if you're going to stay in and take the Sky attack, you definitely don't throw before doing that. But I'd suggest just chipping and dipping straight away and count on them to try and throw on CMP. Alright, so goes into Dialga. Opponent stays in a little bit extra, but same old story here. So what's going to be happening here is their Dialga's going to throw the move here, and Ho can come in and get more energy. Now, in this situation here, can do the full farm down. It's definitely close enough. Is he going to commit a shield? I don't think he can at this stage. It does put it in range for the Zekrom, but I think... oh no, he's thrown. So yeah, Ironhead definitely doesn't go close to KOing. I don't think the Dragon Breath after would have KO'd there, but it doesn't matter because there's a Kyogre in the back, and he's got this covered, and that swap's going to ensure it as well. Doesn't even need to shield this if you didn't want to. It's obviously resist... oh, it's Aeroblast, definitely a good shield then. And yeah, better safe than sorry, I think, when it comes to Aeroblast, and he can double up on the Kyogre here. This absolutely obliterates Kyogre. Zekrom is such a dominant force when it comes to Kyogres, and throws the move here. Now, I think from memory the Dialga's got a small amount of... he's double debuff now, but I think... oh no, it had been killed, so yeah, once again, well played there. Alright, next game, Excadrill lead. Yeah, so we've discussed this before. Excadrill in the lead's where you want to see it, and it's all about throwing the throw an Earthquake and then Incinerate down. Now you will have to commit to one shield. and that's probably the way to go. I think committing to 2 shields is too risky, but yeah, he can now take a Rock Slide if it gets through, and it does. Oh, he's actually committing both shields. That is okay as well, but yeah, it does make it risky in the back. But they brought Zacian in, and he's going to Brave Bird and dip here. So yeah, I'd probably only shield once, because now he's going to Dialga, and this thing, he should still get, I mean, he's probably not going to get to Iron Head, but they're going to have to double debuff themselves. So he's decided to, and they've swapped, that's clever by them. So be interesting to see, it does get to the Draco. They've got a shield though, don't they? No, they've let that go. And something weird was happening there. And Zacian comes back in. It's going to go for a full farm down here, which isn't amazing. And, okay. So no Protect Shields here, but, yep, they've got Play Rough. Okay, definitely survived Play Rough. He swapped there, and he's gone back into Ho-Oh to catch the next, what I assume would be Play Rough. And he can look to Incinerate down here. He can definitely take one more move, but they've just quit, so I'm not sure what happened there. Alright, Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh Mirror. Okay, this one's really tough. It can be pretty tricky, and people know not to shield, but basically you want to build up to as close to 100 energy as you can without going over, and then you want to bait with Earthquake, and hope they take the bait. So they've taken the bait here, which is perfect, and he gets a free Incinerate through, which is just amazing. You don't need to shield if the first move is Brave Bird, but Broads has called it, that's okay. Now he's going for the Brave Bird, so he's basically saying to them, this will definitely KO, and they, yeah, they obviously didn't want to lose both their shields, so good calls by Broads there. Alright, so he's then safe swapped into Dialga, and they're staying in with the Kyogre here. Oh no, they're swapped now, so Yveltal can be a bit dangerous, but he's going for the Draco. I definitely don't need to do that, but does definitely assure that he gets the shield. But yeah, I'd definitely be throwing Iron Head there. You've only lowered your attack, which isn't amazing either, but he definitely let this go. This will just be Dark Pulse. But again, in a pretty good situation here. He can afford to let this go as well if he wants to. But decides that he wants to... oh no, he's just got some energy, took it, and then he's gone back in here with the Zekrom. Dark Pulse coming through. He should be able to farm it down now, and that leaves him with plenty of energy for what's coming in the back, and we know it's the Kyogre, so just leaves the Ho-Oh for another day. Yeah, so more matchups there. I think what we learnt today that was important was how to play the Ho-Oh Mirror, and yeah, basically just understanding a few of the individual matchups.